Hello, let's take a look at some basic integration. So they give us the graph of the function y is equal to f of x passes through a certain point. Then the gradient of the function of f is given as, so they give us the derivative, the first derivative of f of x. And then they ask us to find f of x. So if the first derivative is given, in order for us to find f of x, we have to integrate the derivative. So if they give us the first derivative, then I'm going to say I'm going to integrate sine 2x minus 3 in terms of dx, and if I integrate this, then I will find f of x. So let's take a look at our integral. I see here that I have sine of something. Therefore, if I want to integrate this, I will have to reverse the chain rule. So if I want to do this, I'm going to find the derivative of the inside. The derivative of the inside is 2, because 2x, the derivative of 2x is 2. And I'm going to find the reciprocal of this, and this becomes 1 over 2. The derivative of sine, or the integral of sine of something, becomes negative cosine of this something. In other words, 2x minus 3 plus c. So therefore, if I simplify this, it becomes minus a half cosine 2x minus 3 plus c. Remember that if I integrate anything, it is an indefinite integral, therefore we say plus c, plus a constant. Luckily for us, this is an initial value problem, so therefore we can find the value of c because they give us a certain point. They tell us that f of x passes through this point. Therefore, if I have f of x, or alternatively I could have said y is equal to, instead of f of x, now I can say my y value is 4 and my x value is 3 over 2. So it becomes negative a half cosine 2 multiplied with 3 over 2 minus 3 plus c. So 2 multiplied with 3 over 2 is 3, 3 minus 3 is 0. So it will be cosine of 0. We know that cosine of 0 is equal to 1. So therefore 4 is equal to 1 half multiplied with 1 plus c. So it is 4 and minus a half. I'm going to add a half on both sides and it will become 4.5 is equal to c. Therefore, if I want to write my full equation for f of x, I can say f of x is equal to, and I'm going to write this part that I calculated here, is equal to minus 1 over 2 cosine 2x minus 3. But we have found the value for c, which in this case is plus 4.5. And here is my f of x function with an initial value. Let's take a look at another example. So here, let's do part A first. Find the integral of 1 over 2x plus 3 dx. So the integral of 1 over 2x plus 3 in terms of x dx, I'm going to say that this is also the reverse chain rule. So it is 1 over something. Normally, if I want to find the integral of 1 over x, I know that this is the natural log of x. But in this case, I have to find the derivative of the inside. So the derivative of 2x plus 3 is 2. So I am going to say this is equal to 1 over 2, the reciprocal of the derivative of the inside, multiplied with the natural log of whatever is given at the bottom, 2x plus 3 plus c. And I can rewrite this if I wanted to. Remember, this is the power rule. So I could have said the natural log of 2x plus 3 to the power of a half, or alternatively I could have written it as a square root, but I can leave my answer like this. Let's take a look at part B. Part B, they say, given that, and now it is a definite integral. So let's say that this was part A, and now let's take a look at part B. Part B is the definite integral. The lower bound is 3 and the upper bound, the lower bound is 0 and the upper bound is 3. And I have exactly the same integral as what I had in part A, dx. They say that given this, show that it is the natural log of the root of something. We could have seen here the root of something, therefore find the value of p. So I'm going to say this is equal to square brackets. I found my integral to be the natural log of 2x plus 3 to the power of a half, or I could have left the half in the front, it would not matter, and I'm going to have my upper and lower bounds. Actually, to be honest, it will be better because I'm going to substitute in the values to leave it as a half. So I'm going to get a half, the natural log of 2x plus 3. So 2, and instead of x, I'm going to substitute in this 3 here. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So the natural log of 9 minus a half, the natural log. So 2 times 0 becomes 0, plus 3, so the natural log of 3. And now I can rewrite this as a half natural log, and 9 minus 3. So natural log of 9 minus the natural log of 3 can be written as 9 over 3. And I can simplify this as the natural log of 3, because 9 divided by 3 is 3. But we also know that this is a root, so the natural log of root of 3. If I compare it to what they gave to me here in the top, they said the natural log of root p. So find the value of p, something inside the root. So the value of p is equal to 3.